So today at MJ's Audio and Auto, I'm working on a 2011 Chevy Tahoe 5.3 engine. So this video will be applicable to different vehicles with the same setup. So basically I am doing the power steering pump. There's a lot of videos about power steering pumps, but it's one thing that I didn't see them address. But before that, let me go ahead and just give you a quick overview on how to take off the pump. If you'll be looking down at this space right here, you have the bracket where the alternator will go at the top. I always take the alternator off because it's less weight to move around and whatnot when you take the whole bracket off. So of course disconnect the battery first. So disconnect the battery, you take the two 15s off for the alternator to come off the bracket. You pop that off. I set it right up there out the way. Every bolt on here is pretty much a 15 to get the bracket off, so you'll have these bolts here that'll obviously be in your eyesight, and then there's one at the bottom, and then there's also one on the side. Now once you take that one off the side, it's a bracket on the back, and if you take the two 15s off that bracket, once you take that bolt off on the side, it'll make it easier to access this high pressure line to take that off the back of the pump. And then you have the hose that will go back up into the transmission cooler. All that stuff is easy though. This is the part that makes me scratch my head more than I want. Hold up. Here we go. At the workbench. So this is the new pump, of course, but this is the old, I don't even know what to call it right now because I'm so irritated, but this is the old part that came off the old pump. The problem was when I went to put the new pump in, set the bracket in and everything like I said I would do, this one right here that came with the new pump is not exactly the same as the old one. I think it's this slight bevel around it that makes the line go in smoother, and you see this one is more flat. And so you have to take it out of this one and put the old one into the new one. Taking it off, pretty simple and straightforward. It just sit right in here, and I want y'all to see this because this is the part that's gonna hang you up if you haven't experienced this yet. So you got this piece right here that goes, it stick down in there. Now you see you got an O-ring right here, but it's also an O-ring right here. So you got to get past that O-ring, and if you know anything about O-rings, you know rubber and rubber that's dry sucks because it's too much friction. So I know y'all might have fun with this, but you might need to apply some lube. It'll make it easier. I use white lithium grease. So the trick to this whole thing is you have to apply enough pressure down into this hole to push this valve down, if that's what it's called. Push this down far enough to get to the threads so you can start threading it down. May be hard to do, right? So I came up with a little trick. Now, I used a 27 on the impact. I don't think it's a 27. I think it's slightly, yeah, we got a little play in it. So it's a tad bit smaller than a 27, but a 27 will work without stripping it because you don't need to apply much force. But what you do need to do, or what I suggest that you do, is take a bolt like this, right? The bolt pretty much will go inside the socket. So what the bolt would be doing, you can set it like right here, pretty much, and you'll have your socket on top of it like that. And what it would do was it will push this down to give you that down force, and then at the same time a deep socket would be long enough to catch this right here to tighten it up while you putting downward force on this bolt. Make sense to you? Didn't want to make a long video, just wanted to point out that one thing because I didn't see a video that outlined that. I could be wrong, but I didn't see it. I was tired of even looking. I just wanted to get the job done. Hope it helps. Have a nice day. Y'all know where to go. MJ's Audio and Auto.